Hello, it's the 21st of March, and it is National Poetry Day. I haven't done a poem on here for some time, and so I thought today I might. This is from a book by G.E. Fussell called The English Labourer. It takes the circumstances of the English labourer, rural labourer, really over a period of about 400 years, and the general poverty in which he lived. And it seemed quite apt at the moment with prices rising and people feeling the pinch. So I'll just give the little lead in. These were the circumstances that begot a poem on poverty by Thomas Shule, a Somerset labourer, poet, and musician of the late 18th and early 19th century, mentioned by Llewellyn Powys in his Somerset Essays, 1937. It runs: Begin with him who with such constant toil ploughs up the field and cultivates the soil. Then homeward see him labour on his way, and close the toil of long and tedious day. His poor coarse meal then soon behold him take, potatoes salted, or a barley cake. Cold water serves his painful thirst to slake, or Indian leaves a half-strained beverage make. His lisping prattlers hang on either knee, well pleased again their father's face to see. His dear loved partner eyes him with delight, so well beloved, so pleasing in her sight, and both perhaps let fall the trickling tear, while they behold in rags their children dear, whose scanty meal soon finished see him high, on clotted flocks or beds of dust to lie, whose scanty head and foot can scarce contain himself, his partner, and his hapless train. Slightly too depressing, but I rather like it. Later on in the same piece, there's a piece of prose, a woman whose voice really spoke to me. Not in poetry, but her voice really came through. An old Hampshire woman recounted happier memories of a slightly earlier day to W.H. Hudson in 1902, Hampshire days. I've made elderberry wine years and years and years, she said. So did my mother, so did my grandmother, so did everybody in my time. But nobody wants it now. Nothing's good enough now unless you buy it in a public house or a shop. It wasn't so when I was a girl. We did everything for ourselves and it were better, I tell 'ee. We kept a pig then, so did everyone, and the pork and brawn it were good, not like what we buy now. We put it mostly in brine and let it be for months, and we took it out and boiled it, and it were red as a cherry and white as milk, and it melted just like butter in your mouth. That's what we ate in my time, but you can't keep a pig now. We've got very particular about smells now. And we didn't drink no tea then, 8 shillings a pound. We had beer for breakfast then, and it did us good. It were better than all these nasty cocoa stuffs we drink now. And we had a brick oven then, and we could put a pie in and a loaf and whatever we wanted, and it were proper victuals. We baked barley bread and black bread and all sorts of bread, and it did us good and made us strong. These iron ranges and stoves we have now, what's the good of they? You can't bake bread in them, and the wheat bread you gets from the shop, what's it good for? 'Tisn't proper victuals. It fills 'em up with wind. I think she's wonderful. I'd love to have met her, but I didn't and won't. But these country characters, it's perhaps hard going for some, but the English rural labourer by Fussell. As I say, it's a little snapshot into just how hard things can really be or were, and perhaps we should shut up moaning a bit. Bye for now.